Hyperion, Book 1. It's a poem which takes us to the Roman myth, as Saturn was identified with the Greek Kronos, who was exiled from Mount Olympus by Zeus. He ruled Latium in a happy and innocent golden age and taught his people agriculture and other peace work. The Titans defeat the Olympian gods in a war which had started when the Olympians rebelled against the authority of the Titans, who had been ruling the universe ever since the conquest of chaos and darkness. Saturn is the first chief of the Titans, while Jupiter or Jove is the supreme leader of the Olympians. The gray-haired Saturn takes shelter after his defeat in a remote and shady place in the valley. There he sits quietly on as a stone. The perfect silence prevails around him. There is a forest all around him, and there is nothing about life around him, and he is lonely. He feels absolutely listless, and his right hand lays nervelessly on the ground, looking like that of a dead person. He does not have his rod of authority, and there he sits in a state of despondency with his eyes closed. His bowed head seems to listen to the earth in shame and disgrace because of the defeat. It seems like no force will be able to awaken Saturn from his trance, but Tia, a goddess, wakes him up. Tia is the wife of the sun god Hyperion. Then, she too is a member of the defeated party, and she is grief-stricken. She is very beautiful, but the beauty is tainted with grief. She wakes up Saturn from his blissfulness and wants him to know that she has not brought any comfort for him. She is also aware that he has lost all his power and authority. She tells him to continue to sleep while she weeps. She weeps for him. And Saturn opens his eyes, looking round him, realizing that he is now a deposed monarch who has lost his kingdom. He tells Tia that he has not only lost his empire, but he has also lost his identity and real self. He wonders if his shape, voice, and his look really resembles him. He wants to know if it is possible for him to regain his empire. He wishes that he had found another chaos somewhere to create another universe out of it, in the same way that another power had originally created a universe from the primeval chaos. Tia's reply is that they should visit his fellow Titans who are taking refuge at a place where she could escort him on Earth. She wants him to join and give them comfort. Saturn accepts her suggestion, and both set out for their journey. Some of the defeated Titans have been captured by the victorious gods and have been put in prison. A few of the other Titans wander around on Earth in a disconsolate condition, but the majority have taken shelter in a hideout where Tia leads Saturn to. Nevertheless, there is still one Titan who has not been defeated and holds firm to his authority and sphere of dominion, and this is Hyperion, the god of the sun. Despite Hyperion still in control of his magnificent palace, commanding the planet of the sun, he is mentally disturbed by some ill omen that his authority may also be threatened soonest. The ill omen include the neighing of horses, poisonous grass, metal sick, etc. The ill omen also unnerve him, but he overcomes his fear and summons courage to use his terrible right arm to infuse terror into the heart of Jove, who had rebelled against the authority of Saturn. He also plans to restore Saturn and his brothers to their throne. The threat to Jove. He stops speaking, and there is a heavier threat in his throat, which he does not voice out. There are a few hours left before dawn, and Hyperion has already prepared to start the day's journey. Although he is impatient, he cannot commence his journey before dawn. He lays down for a while to let a few hours pass by. Although he has taken a strong resolution to fight, Job, his mind is still not at ease because of the weight that threatens his supremacy and authority. The voice of his aged father whispers in his ear, there as he lay in heaven with his stark look down on him with pity and choice, of Coelus from the universal space. This whispered low and solemn in his ear. His father, Coetus or Uranus, tells Hyperion that he is the brightest of all his children, and he had been born under mysterious circumstances. His mysterious birth is not revealed to his parents yet. He and his siblings are the manifestation of beauty which pervades the whole universe. Unfortunately, there has been a war between the gods and goddesses in which the first son, Saturn, had been defeated. Uranus had been in no position to give help yet. Hyperion still holds his authority and governs his dominion. He wants to go down onto earth and meet Saturn and his fellow gods to see what help he can render and offer to them. To Saturn, it is a bad sign that after living and governing their kingdoms with dignity, they should experience emotions of fear, anger, and hope, which are characteristics of man and not God's divinity. But at the moment, he sees fear in them. At these words, Hyperion gets up and leaves the planet of the sun, while his father takes care of his empire in his temporary absence. He plunges noiselessly and any sound into the deep night in order to go down to the earth, and he meets his fellow titans. Book 1 focuses on the fight and power and rebellion between gods and goddesses. It is also about a civil war which opposes the titans, the original rulers of the universe, and the Olympians ruled by Jupiter. Being the eldest son, Saturn is the chief of the titans, while Jupiter or Jove is the leader of the rebellion. Here we get a conflict of authority and a quest for power. Defeated and humble, Saturn is lonely in a valley. Without authority, he loses even his real self. Some of the titans are captured and imprisoned, with others in their hideout, wishing to hear a voice of Saturn. Thea comes to comfort Saturn and asks him to sleep while she mourns for the calamity, which is the loss of authority which are befalling them. She is also affected by the grief because she belongs to the defeated camp. Affection and tenderness is highlighted here because Thea is the wife of Hyperion, who is the brother to Saturn. She is very beautiful, and she knows that Saturn is very depressed emotionally for losing his scepter and authority. The emotional depression is such that he does not recognize his voice and what he looks like. The quest for power and to retain it pushes Saturn to wonder about the possibility of him creating a new universe. Saturn follows Thea to meet the fellow defeated titans as he finally accepts defeat. Nevertheless, there is one titan who still holds firm to dominion and still possesses his power. Courageously, he threatens to deal with the rebellious Jove and also has the intention to restore Saturn to his throne. Such thought highlights love and solidarity among siblings. He is also impatient to set out on his daily routine, but can't do so before it is time. His sleeps permit him to see his father, who rebukes him for entertaining fear like mortal men do. There are gods with divine qualities, yet they have started to exhibit human qualities such as fear, anger, and hope. There is an element of regret in Uranus' voice when he says, "For I have seen my sons unlike gods." Hyperion's father sends him to go down to earth to help his brothers and fellow titans as an act of solidarity and love. In his absence, he will take care of the sun and the seasons. This is a poem about power. It is a poem about the conflict of authority, and it's a poem about solidarity and love.